Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm finally here with the first part of the gameplay reviews. Actually I wanted to make this series special with using webcam and everything, but it didn't really work out with my current setup, so sorry about that. And before we start, I wanted to thank all of you for sending your gameplay. I did get quite a few videos, so I will be able to continue this little series if you guys will enjoy them. And please don't take it personally if your gameplay gets reviewed a little later. I will try to review as many as I can. I just need to pair them up in a way that won't make each part 30 minutes long. So please don't delete your video from YouTube or Google Drive until you saw me review it. Alright, I think I said everything I wanted to, so let's start with the first match. Okay, I can see it's on Moonlit River Park. And you got this spawn. Actually the closest survivor spawn is if you go to the two-story building. But sometimes I use this one that you used because I find it easier to get a hit of them. Unfortunately, I don't think you found the person. Oh, and the Enchantress is the other side. I'd recommend turning your camera on the survivor when you're taking a picture. I know you found them this time, but sometimes they can just get completely lost, especially on like bigger, darker maps like Rio's and Lakeside. So I'd recommend just turning the camera on them. Okay, you're going to the other side of the map now. Here I would switch and chair Merc's mirror instead, as he had less time to get away. Can be pretty hard if you don't have your second skill yet to find someone, especially on like a bigger map like this. But this is, this is giving them a lot of free time to heal up. So sadly, basically, you gave them a whole camera cooldown worth of free time. Okay, I'm not sure why you went to the real world. Well, okay. Okay. Well, yeah, don't chase the real body when you know the mirror is there. Okay, now you can basically hit all of them. You have full presence. And they are still at 5 ciphers, which is great. So you're doing fine. Here you could share 2 mirrors, but of course the wonderful dancing doctor is here to save her image. It's basically pointless to do that. Here I would have just shared her mirror, to be honest. I see you have blink, but if you just shared her mirror, you could have found her body with the second skill, or you got hit up really fast. That's good. But maybe that would have been a bit more beneficial. What was the Enchantress? Seemed she was healing someone. Oh, that was a beautiful blink. Okay, and now you have both of them down. And everybody is injured, so only Seer's Owl can get them a save, or if they heal Merc up. Oh, you notice Seer there, and he's not going for the rescue for some reason. Oh, that was a nice... he thought you were gonna rewind back and he didn't use his owl, I suppose, because of that. Nice, and now really nobody can save. I would go back to Doctor and Camp Doctor, because as a Joseph, letting a doctor escape it can be really hard to fix that. And he even gave her his owl. So in my opinion, losing a doctor it can be pretty risky, as not only can she heal herself completely, she can heal everyone else. Okay, I thought you were just gonna walk away and let her stay there. Okay. So I think she's dead in chair, hopefully. Nice. So she's eliminated and 4 stackers left. Seer, they can't heal Seer, and we're chasing Enchantress. I can see she has a 4 stack. It's pretty risky as a Joseph, because you can... Oh, nice, you got her down. I don't know why she didn't use the curses. In this situation, I would chair her first and take a picture after, as they are already healed. I mean, Seer and Merc, so basically you would get more advantage of taking the picture after the chairing, as they would have to save the mirror too. And there he is. Okay. Oh, be careful with standing in the palace like that. If he stuns you, they will get a free save. I don't know how that missed it, but that was a nice hit on the Bagula. Okay, nice. Okay, and you hit her. And you hit her pretty well. Okay. Oh, that was a beautiful blink too. You're really good at blink, I can tell. Okay, I don't know why Enchantress haven't used her curses at all. So she had like a 5 stack, so that's kind of weird. Oh, you're going for the foreman. Yeah, it's pretty much GG at this point. There are 4 ciphers left, not even dungeon is spawned, so you did very well. The 2 blinks were really nice. And Seer gave up. Okay. Oh my god, that was a beautiful prediction. Okay, and I guess now they're gonna surrender, or... Regardless. Overall you did amazing. Especially on a big map without teleport. So you did very well. The only things I would recommend you to do is maybe you should experiment a bit with the route you're taking. So the other option has a survivor spawned right in front of the building, and they usually either run into you or they go to the other side, which lets you have a pretty good view of where they are going. So maybe that would be easier to find the first survivor if you're using this strategy, as you couldn't find... Maybe it was just this time, so it's really not that big of a deal, it's really just preference. Okay, so the other thing I would say is, if you walked a lot from the first person you hit, in Mirror World of course, I would recommend chairing the mirror of the survivor who you hit last, or who you downed last, as they will have less time to get away, which makes it more likely for you to find them, even if you don't have the second skill unlocked like in this match. You did manage them pretty well, you made them injured, and by the second photo word, of course, and you eliminated the doctor first, which is a really nice move as it's a priority as a Joseph main, because as I said before, they can just ruin everything you've done if you let them get out of your side. So that was really nice. About the skill choice, it is a big map, and I was kind of surprised you used Blink with this strategy on a big map. It's pretty unusual to see, but of course, as I said in another video, just do what works for you, because in the end of the day, that's how you're gonna win and be comfortable with the strategy you're using. I can tell you're using Blink pretty effectively, so it's really a great choice. Like this is a perfect example. Even if it's a big map and maybe someone would tell you to use teleport, if you want Blink, then use Blink. Like, see, this is why it's important to use what you can use and you're comfortable with using, because it will get you the win. Yeah, so I think I said everything. You did very well. Thank you for sending your gameplay. Okay, next match. I can see we are on Red Church. And I guess you're using the strategy where you don't take a picture at the beginning. I don't know why you went into church. I would recommend going straight to Top Broken, as every second counts, and you should just go to the first surf spawn as soon as possible. Oh, same thing as in the previous video. When you're taking the first picture, make sure your camera is pointed at the survivors you want to hit the image of, so you won't lose them in that little time while you're taking the picture. This is just a little thing, but it can be very important. Okay, so teleporting after one hitting a person who is really close to the location, it's pretty risky, as they can actually heal their image, so they will be like you didn't even hit them. That's why in the first photo word at least, I would recommend downing everyone with 2 hits, unless you're sure that they won't be able to heal their image or nobody will heal their image for them. I don't know if Cowboy this match healed his own image or not, but in higher tiers, survivors tend to just go into photo word and heal even each other's image before photo word ends. This way, they basically make every damage you do it in the first photo word pointless. That's why it's important to just either double hit them or make sure they're not around or nobody is around to heal the images. But you're doing pretty well. You managed to hit Cowboy as soon as photo word ended, which is pretty great. I don't understand why they were all in church. That's a pretty weird thing to do. But you even got basement. It's really lucky. I didn't see him. Well, when you're camping basement, I would recommend turning your camera around constantly. Nice hit, that was a really nice hit. So you can see where they come from. Where are you? Okay, here I wouldn't recommend you to come up when they don't have a tightener. Now Sir had enough time to spectate and give his ult to Cowboy, and this will let Cowboy get away, I believe. And of course you can say he kind of wasted the ult, but if you stayed downstairs you could just hit both of them probably, because if they don't have tide, there is no way you can get out of basement against the Joseph with that attack recovery. So if they don't have tightener, I would recommend you to stay down, because I'm not sure if you know this, but some players tend to like stay down and heal if you wait long enough. So I would just recommend that stay down, try to hit them. Oh, that was a nice hit on the illusion. Actually, if you charge attack a little bit earlier, I think you could have downed Magician before you got the save. But see, like staying down, you could down both of them. So that's why I'd recommend you to do this. You should have done this the previous time too. So now you can chair both of them. I don't know why none of them have tied. That's kind of weird, even if there aren't any rescuers on the team. Okay, Seer is eliminated. Okay, you have tinnitus, so someone is nearby. Make sure to turn your camera around when you don't know the direction where they are in, not just leave it in one direction. Okay, and Thor is going for the save, it seems. Oh, that was a really nice hit with the drop down attack animation there, so that was really nice. I just noticed you use charge attacks quite a lot. I would say, like, for example here, it wasn't really needed to use the charge attack, like here either. So maybe I'd recommend you to try with the normal attack, as the charge attack has a longer animation, which again, every second matters, so try to just use the normal attack when possible and only use the charged one when it's really needed. So like if you think the range will help you to reach the survivor. But overall you're doing pretty well. They are still at 5 ciphers and it's basically a GG's already. Yeah, you hit Cowboy. So overall I would say you have a pretty good overall knowledge about Joseph, and you can use his skills well. The only things I would recommend you to maybe train a bit on or pay more attention to is the charge attacks. Don't use charge attacks this often when, for example, a normal attack would be enough as well. The other thing is, at the beginning, I'm not sure if it was like an accident or if you thought you saw someone in church, but like don't wander off your route, because I recommend you to have a route in mind before the match starts. And you did well, you found Cowboy, you hit his image, and you got full presence in the first camera, which is pretty great, but I feel like it was kind of lucky, to be honest. I'm not sure about your tire, but in higher tires, even if you don't take a picture at the beginning, some people won't stay at the ciphers they were supposed to spawn next to. Maybe they will transition, maybe they will go to the cipher you spawn next to, so they can be quite tricky sometimes. That's why for these survivors you did very well, and of course you got the perfect win with the beautiful basement party and 5 ciphers left, which is honestly just perfect. But it really was, as you mentioned in the title, it was really lucky, as you even found them, basically 3 of them were in the middle of the map after the first photo word ended, and you made everybody injured, which is pretty great. So overall I would say you did very well. You got really lucky with some situations, but you managed to handle them and keep the advantage it gave you, so that's a great job too. The only things I would recommend you to try improving on is not to use the charge attack that often, and to look around when camping. I don't know how you camp when it's not in the basement, but here we could see for a few seconds you were just staring in one direction, which can give you a bit of a disadvantage, especially when the rescuer is like a magician who can illusion or first officer. And in basement you have the ability to double hit, as you did with entomologist, I believe. Thank you for the gameplay and wish you good luck in your matches. Okay, so that would be all for today. I'm sorry this video took so long to make. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you once again for the 2 of you who I could review their gameplay today. It was really enjoyable, so I'm looking forward to review the other videos as well. Depending on how much you guys enjoyed this video, I can do this as a series, once every week. Alright, once again, thank you for watching and thank you for sending your gameplay. I'll be back with the next part probably next week, depending on how I can find time to record these. So let me know in the comments if you guys would enjoy more content like this. Thank you so much for watching. Wish you all a nice weekend. Goodbye!